Hey guys, Nolan here with Fish USA, and today we're going to talk about 5 lures that you should never leave home without for the Great Lakes steelhead season. So first up, a spinner. Spinners work great all the time, but especially in the fall when the water's a little bit warmer. Fish are fresh from the lake and they've just been feeding on bait fish and they're all fired up and aggressive. You gotta have a spinner on you. This one's a Blue Fox Vibrex. They work phenomenally well. There's tons of them out there that work, but a Blue Fox is really hard to beat. Another lure you can't leave home without, similar to a spinner, a spoon. Spoons work great for the same reasons that spinners do. Get fish super aggressive, especially when they're fresh from the lake. Freshly feeding on bait fish, and if you're casting from the beaches, right at the mouth of the tribs or from piers or breakwalls, you can cast them a mile, cover a ton of water. Gotta have spoons on you when fishing in the fall. Another one, a Jig and a Plastic. This is a Berkeley Power minnow. But there's tons of minnow style plastics that work great out there. Also, like trout worms work very, very well, like the Berkeley trout worms. So Jig and a Plastic, fish it under a float. Again, great for when those fish are fresh from the lake and they've just been feeding on bait fish. And also, sometimes you can get low and clear water in the fall on a lot of these Great Lakes tributaries. And a Jig and a Plastic works really, really well in those conditions. So you gotta have it. Marabou jig, on that same note, fished under a float. This you can tip with some live bait. If you want to put grubs on there or a minnow, add a little bit of scent, add a little bit of realism to it. This is a black one. Black just flat out catches fish, works great in clear water, works great in dirty water. Something that you absolutely have to have fishing for steelhead on the Great Lakes tributaries. And last but not least, we have beads. So I've got a whole array of them here, but I'll show you guys one that works really, really well. This is Glow Row. Especially if you're on a tributary that also gets a run of salmon, and early in the year, you know, that early fall, that late September, October, up to November, there's tons of eggs in the river because those salmon are spawning like crazy and steelhead are just eating them up. So you absolutely have to have beads in the fall, all year long really, if you're steelhead fishing. Beads are something you can't leave home without. So those are 5 lures if you're steelhead fishing on the Great Lakes tributaries, you gotta have.